Hello my friends, this is Buck's Small Engine DIY. You got a lawnmower, maybe like this Toro Personal Pace recycler that doesn't want to start maybe after sitting all winter and you can't figure out how to get it going again? Well, stay tuned. I think I'm going to be able to help you out. Let's see what this one will do. It was delivered to me as a non-starting mower. Let's just try it out and see if it'll start. Squeeze the bail, pull the rope. Nothing. Yeah, it's not starting at all. The guy told me he tried a new air filter, a new spark plug, fresh gas, still nothing. Let's get it sorted out. All right, let's try this little test. The first thing you want to do is open up the air cover, air cleaner, remove the filter, and I'm going to take a little bit of engine starting fluid and spray it directly into the throat of the carburetor. Now there's a choke plate in there, so I'm going to just push past it. Couple shots of that. Now we're going to try to start it again, just like that, to see if it'll run, even if run briefly on the starting fluid as our fuel. Let's give that a try one more time. I'll put you right there. Squeeze the valve. Full start. Well, what do you know about that? We got really lucky. That's all it took was a little bit of starting fluid. And now it's back up and running, and it stayed running. Now, if you try that trick and it runs for 2 or 3 seconds and then dies, I'm going to show you what to do, because that's usually what happens. It doesn't want to stay running. It'll just run on the starting fluid. But if yours runs briefly and then dies, I want you to follow these steps. All right, the fastest and easiest way to get your mower back up and running after it's been sitting for a while, maybe over the winter, is to replace your carburetor. And that's a very easy and inexpensive. It's less than $20 on Amazon. Look at the link in the description if you want to get one. So let me walk you through the steps. Probably take you 10-15 minutes thereabouts, maybe a little longer if you've never done it before. We'll start by taking off this top engine cover. There's 2 screws that hold it down. And I think I'm using a Torx T25 bit to take these off. So there's 1, 2, and I'm gonna grab them with a magnet so I don't lose them. 1, 2. Now this cover will lift off, although it clips under here, so you kind of have to, there you go. The starter rope goes through it, so just push it back out of the way. Now we got a little more room here, and that's what we want. So next we're going to take off this air cleaner assembly, and there's 2 screws here, and they're 8mm or 5/16. And then there's 2 screws here, and they're a little bit smaller than that. They're like 7mm or 9/32. So let's take this off. One. 2. And these are a little smaller. And these are just little screws that go into the plastic of the carburetor. It's a plastic carburetor. So take those out. All right, and now we can pull forward on this air cleaner assembly. There's a breather tube that plugs into the back, and that will separate like so. So while we have this off, we're going to clean it up. Of course, before we put it all back together. Do you hear those baby chicks chirping? Maybe they need food or water. I'm going to take care of them, and then I'll be right back. Okay, our next step is to disconnect the fuel line. However, when I do that, fuel will just come spilling all out, so we need to clamp it off, and I use a pair of vice grips to clamp onto the fuel line here and just pinch it off. I don't like pinch it to death, just enough to stop the flow of fuel. Just like that. Great. Not a problem. Next, we're going to move the clamp out of the way. Slide him back like that. All right. And now we got to pry that fuel line off of the carburetor. I sometimes use these side cutting pliers, not to cut, but just kind of get in there and then pry it off. Here we go. Just a drip or two spills out. So we're good. Beautiful. Now let's take the carburetor off. We just pull it forward towards us. And it comes off. And now it's just kind of loose hanging here, but we still have some connections here on the top of the carburetor that we've got to get off. And I want you to see that. Bring you in a little closer. All right. So this is our choke linkage, and this is the throttle. And you have to be able to twist the carburetor kind of to take them off. It's kind of twist it forward, pry the choke linkage off, and then we turn it to the right a little bit to get it off the throttle linkage. And there, that's it. Carburetor's completely removed from the machine. Here's our new carburetor, and it installs in the exact reverse of what we did to take it off. So we're going to start with the linkages. Throttle linkage right back there. Choke linkage right here. And then we slide it back into place. Just like that. Things move like they should. Great. Next, we connect the fuel line. We're just doing everything in the reverse of what we did to take it off. Slide the clamp back into place. We release our vice grips. Fuel is now flowing to the carburetor. Make sure it's not leaking as that bowl fills up with fuel. Make sure it's good. I'm sure it is. And then next we're going to put our air cleaner back on. All right, air cleaner goes back on next. I spent a little time cleaning off some of the dust and grime on these parts before I put them back together, so I've done that. Don't forget this air cleaner has a tube that plugs into the back, the breather, so you can't see me doing that, but that's what I'm doing now. Now, the breather. I'm going to start with these screws, the 932 socket, right down here. Now they're just going into plastic, so you don't want to overdo it. Just put them in and snug them down. You can just use the nut driver. You don't really need a big wrench, again, because you don't want to put them too tight. All right, fabulous. Next, we've got the two 5/16 screws. Now these are going into the metal bracket. But they go in. 1, 2. Use this guy to run them in a little faster. Okay. That's fabulous. We snug them down. Beautiful. Air filter. Air cleaner cover. Good. Now I'll put this engine cover back in place. Remember to clip under there. Okay, he's in the spot. And the 2 screws with the Torx T25 bit. 1. 2. Guess what? This job's done. Let's put it on the ground and see how it runs. All right, brought it outside for the big test. Are you ready? Squeeze the bail, pull the rope. Well, that was an easy one today, wasn't it? So I've got it back up on the table. I'm going to change the oil and sharpen the blade for the gentleman since I have it here in the shop and it's easy for me to do that. He'll appreciate that. So yeah, if you got one of these Toro recyclers with the E-Series Briggs and Stratton and it doesn't want to start, try the starting fluid trick. And if that doesn't work, if it doesn't stay running, then go ahead and just do that easy carburetor swap. It's the easiest thing in the world. And I'm sure you can do it. You'll be back up and running. You won't have to pay $75 or $100 to the repair shop. And you'll feel great about yourself because it's fun fixing stuff. Remember guys, only you can put the do into do-it-yourself. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.